with this coming season, there's a lot of folklore, legends, mythology around certain entities we know as vampires, satyrs, satans, demons, and in more recent legends, folklore, aliens, extraterrestrials, let's say. And so what I've been thinking about, and I realize, everything synchronizes in this reality. We tend to think of movies and stories and everything as just being this just pure fiction. This is just conjured out of thin air. But I'm learning, and most people eventually learn that that's not really the case. That it's not, that there is a lot going on that doesn't meet the eye, and that there is a hidden things going on under the surface that we're not always aware of, that these tales of woe and terror and horror correlate to. And in particular, I wanted to start off with the idea of the vampire. The legend of the vampire, generally, there's like a lot of history behind it. Most famously made literary with Bram Stoker and Dracula, based off Dracula, or that one guy. I can't remember his exact name, but I'm realizing there's a lot of ideas behind the legend of the vampire concerning the little things about it, which are like the vampire cannot come into your home unless you let them in. So basically, for whatever reason, the vampire has to trick you into allowing them into your life, into your home, and more or less into your body, And what I've realized is what this is talking about, and I believe this is intentional whether they knew it or not. It's talking about parasites. It's talking about worms, critters, creatures, all kinds of things that are living in your body, that are sucking your life force, stealing your food, sucking your blood. And the thing is, there's a reason why the vampire relationship holds so true, and I believe it is what the true meaning behind the vampire is because the home, the real home, is the body. And the only way that things are allowed into the body is if we let them in, we eat them. So what is the biggest source of parasites, you ask? Well, it's meat, obviously. It's meat. Worms and things living in in animals that live in filthy conditions. It's just how they live. It's fine. They wallow in the mud. They eat, off the land directly. They take on a lot of parasites over time. It's how they've evolved with these parasites, and then, and in some ways, I think we have too. But when you decide to start eating the flesh, that's a conscious decision you are making to let these vampires into your home, your body, and allow them to suck your blood. And I'm not saying we probably do evolutionarily. We've evolved with a lot of these worms. We have. I don't think it's obviously eating meat has had a history of human race evolution, and it's been necessary, I think, along the past to survive, harsh winters and even just regular winters, probably. But over time, this in recent times, let's say rather, it has gotten to a level where these parasites have just overpopulated our bodies and started really digging in deep. And I think with a lot of the genetic engineering, they're getting worse, and then they have a dual purpose that's being exploited by the grand parasite, as the government the higher realm of the parasite, as above, so below. But, we gotta let them in. We let the government into our minds and bodies, and we let the religions into our minds and bodies, and we let the parasites into our minds and bodies by choosing to partake in this unholy sacrament. And what's the other thing about the other legend of the vampire? It's you can't see them in a mirror. Why not? Why do you look in a mirror? It's because to see yourself. That's what a mirror is for. It's to see you. What do you see in a mirror? You see you. You don't see the vampires. You don't see the parasites. They're in your body. They're hiding. They're under the skin. You just see you. Oh, that's just me. No, there's more there. There's things there. They're living in you, and they're living off of you. And that's the other, I think, truism behind the vampire legend. These things, these are the things that go bump in the night when you sleep. You eat a big meal before you go to bed, eat some cheese, some meat, some ball of ice cream. Oh yeah, they're feeding in the nighttime. That's when you're having those nightmares. They're active. The other thing I was thinking about this too is the idea of the alien. And I'm not saying that aliens don't exist. I do think that there is other levels of entities that definitely exist and that live in other dimensions. They live in higher dimensions, lower dimensions that are similar to humans. But I think these energies exploit these parasites. They know they live in a lower dimension usually, or a higher dimensioning that's exploiting the lower dimension. That probably won't be there for long if they are, but and then the whole idea of the alien too is similarly often comes at night when you're sleeping. And what does it do? They put implants in you. They put an anal probe in you and start, what's going on in there? I'm gonna put a little implant up in that butt, That's the parasite. It's where they live mostly, in your butt, in your colon. That's the bottom feeders. I think there's other ones that live closer up to in the stomach and where the food's right there, but there's a pecking order. Layers and layers of parasites that live each other. The higher ones, they poop, and then they have to have other ones clean up that poop, and down and down and down, all the way down the food chain that's inside your body of non-beneficial entities, bacteria, not symbiotic at all. Maybe for a minute, but over time they're just gonna start drawing your energy. You might learn a few things. I know I've learned a lot from them. But yeah, going on the idea of the alien, what they put implants in you, right? This is what, after eating all this meat and this cheese and all this horrible chemical sugars, these heavy metals, these plastics, they all work together and they build really, really strong systems within your body that create a fortress. This is the biofilms, I believe. They're using the metals to, and I'm sure that it has to do with nanotechnology and transhumanism and all that stuff. And they're putting implants in your chakra system to draw the energy out. This is how they're getting smart. This is where it's getting really disturbing and what is going on. I feel there's people, I think, within the government, within the higher ups, they're using how to harvest people's energy through these parasites because they are a parasite, and I honestly do believe that. And a lot of it's so these implants are coming in. They're not coming down in spaceships necessarily at nighttime and hovering over your house, maybe on another dimension, but really our bodies are building these because they're the things in our bodies that become us are building them. And they're sucking our energy on many levels, and they're taking our chakra energy. They're taking the root chakra energy particularly, because they're in a lot of them are down in the root chakra, in the colon, and the butt, and they're like cutting us off from the earth energy basically, so that we're just spraying our energy out everywhere, not grounding, just giving our energy away because they want to invest in their what they've built, you know. And this is something I've realized, you know. I mean, with a lot of this aggressive stuff, I passed. It looked like a fluke, you know. On my birthday, just came right out in the morning. I felt something. I gotta go. Nothing but just this fluke came out with looked like rope worms attached to it. They're working together. It's you know, this is serious stuff, guys. Most people have these in them. I mean, I'm a slim guy, and I eat healthy. I mean, I've been vegan for 2 years, and this stuff's still in me. You know, this started when I was a child. You know, this has been in me my whole life. This stuff, and they grow and grow and grow, and they become us, and they start making us. They want to protect themselves, and then they create our reality around protecting them. They're tapping into our mind, our serotonin levels, our adrenal glands, and they're triggering us. That's where all the triggering is coming from. It's that people are talking about so much lately. It's coming to a head, you know. And basically, they create this fear response. They create this vice, this hunger, this lust, and yeah, sexually too, because they want to spread out. They spread sexually. They spread in all different ways. And you know, that's the other thing is, you'll probably most likely will be attracted to people that have the same parasites you have. That's something I've realized, and why I've had such a hard time in the realm of love too, is because, you know, I keep meeting these crazy women, and I'm like, why can't I just meet someone that's like nice? And it's because I'm fucked up. My body's corrupted. Gotta start clearing them out. And that's the thing is, if you are not happy with your love life, you're not happy with your health, your mental state, your depression, it's because of what you're eating, and you gotta be aggressive and learn and not count on the medical system or the pharmaceutical system to do it. We gotta clear them out, and in order to do that, you have to start really studying. You have to experiment on yourself, and you have to start looking outside of the box that is trapping you, and that's basically the pharmaceutical, medical, governmental system. And I think that was just about all I kind of wanted to say about that. I figure I might as well divulge these personal things concerning my life, because it doesn't really matter anymore. It's like, if I want to help people, I want things to change. So many people are stuck in their own head and this own social construct of, oh, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. It's like, I don't have parasites. Bullshit, you have parasites. You got to get them out. And we got to get them out. We got to let them free, kill them. I don't know. Like, there's this guy who I've been watching a lot lately who's amazing. Personally, I think he's great. His name's Robert Cassar. He does a 21-day water fast retreat in Hawaii, or this like compound he lives on. It's beautiful. I actually want to do it, and he's like, oh, you know, you don't need to kill him. You just let him go. And I'm like, well, you know, if I could, you know, if I'm in the situation where I could do that and be in that situation for, you know, 21 days, that'd be great. But I feel like there's not a lot of time to waste and have that kind of luxury to do that. And we got to use these resources that are with us, that I talk about in my earlier video with the MSM. And recently I discovered DMSO, which is great too. Just look into that. I think that does a really good job at dissolving a lot of these nodes, these implants, if you will. And the turpentine, the castor oil, and you know, aggressive, just like senna leaves. You know, there's so many, you know, and the herbs. The herbs are great, you know. Fresh fruits and vegetables, you know. Fasting I did a 2-day water fast the other week, and it was very beneficial, you know. And maybe juice the end of the second night. It's just grapefruits, oranges, lemons, limes, you know. This stuff will cut through those biofilms. It'll like, you know, set them free, but you know, sometimes you got to be a little more aggressive. just gotta put a stake through the heart of these vampires, and in order to change this reality, to change this world, we gotta like move forward, and start being in control of our own bodies, and stop letting the vampires think for us, control us, and exploit us. So there's my little video for the day. Hope it was beneficial and gave some insight into a lot of this things we call vampires, aliens, monsters, demons. These are the demons. That's what they are. They're demons. They turn you into a demon. You'll start sucking people's blood. You'll start, I mean, metaphorically, start draining people's energy. You know, that's what happens. It's what these things do. They turn you and they create madness. They create parasitic energy. So I hope this is beneficial. Once again, it's Brother Zygos. Take care, everybody, and good luck in your journey, and peace and love.